everyone. My name is Lakenen, and I'm the president of REACT this year. So, how about that ride in? I guess that's why they call it Sin City. That's the reference there. Well, we did hold off the snow for the last few days. It did snow a little bit Friday, so I hope everybody got to enjoy the fall colors on your way in this week, or this weekend. So I got the icebreaker out of the way now, so I'll get that off my chest. It is my pleasure and privilege to welcome you all here to this unique gathering, which brings together students, faculty, alumni, and industry representatives of common interest to our 11th annual Rail Night. I joined REACT in the fall of 2014 with minimal knowledge of the railroad industry. At what is now marking my 1-year anniversary as a REACT member, I've had the opportunity to experience and learn and engage with students, professors, and industry professionals from across the country through activities made possible by this organization. These opportunities to visit rail yards, attend professional conferences, and even get our hands dirty pounding spikes that have taken our education outside the classroom and allowed us to gain invaluable experience. And it has gotten us excited to be a part of a growing and successful industry. On behalf of REACT, I would like to thank everyone here for their allegiance to Michigan Tech and the continued commitment from industry, professors, students, and alumni to create these opportunities. Occasionally, REACT awards an honorary member to an industry person who has supported the program over the years. And if Pasi would like to come up and make those honors.
So yeah, we like to recognize people who stay involved with the REACT and support REACT from their industry positions, and we have an excellent candidate here today for that honorary membership, and he's a Michigan Tech alum, graduated in 2008, and he's one of the unique individuals who was able to combine his love for the Upper Peninsula of Michigan and his interest in the rail transportation. And I guarantee that is not an easy thing to do in the professional world. Finding a railroad job that is in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Now recently he has moved forward to a new position and he had to leave UP, but I think he's going to be a regular visitor here nevertheless. Regardless, he's been, ever since he graduated, we've done a lot of tours to his company's facilities. He's always been helpful for our railroad club organizing tours, whether it's the club or whether it's the summer youth program. Whenever we've been asking to do some student project on their property, whenever we've been asking to come and look at different things or try to develop some technologies. And as his latest gig, he's one of our rail transportation advisory board members. So it's my great privilege to award the honorary REACT membership to Darryl Babbitt from Anderson's. Thanks, Darryl. We really appreciate all the support over the time, and with this you have even more burden on your shoulders.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Yep, thank you guys.
Okay, before I let everybody loose to the mad rush for the food, I always like to say a few words myself too, as part of these. And when I think about what do I say, I always go back to what did I say the previous year. So I went to look at what was I talking about last fall, and I really talked about challenges for the program. I mean, we've had a pretty good run for about 10 years slowly building this program, but it's not always easy. And there's certainly quite a bit of headwinds, not only sometimes for us. For us, I would consider one of the headwinds the increased competition for talent. It gets tougher and tougher for us to get the talent to come to the railroads when every other industry is after them as well. But there's also some headwinds in the industry over this past year. So I want to continue a little bit on the challenges. And the more we've talked about this, we've added a lot of volume and a lot of work for our program. But But we've also realized that what you really need to be concentrated on is demonstrating value. You have to be able to show that you provide value. That's the only way that rail industry wants to invest in our program. And it's the same thing. The rail industry has to show the value for students, because that is the only way you're going to be competing against these other industries who are after the same guys and same ladies. So, so the question is, what are we doing to show the value? One of the things that I think we try to really push is, you can see in all these posters, we think that student projects and working with the students, getting them work on the railroad, real problems, ought to be generating some value. And we really think that that is showing up already in the answers. Using their hands to solve some of the toughest problems for the industry facing today. Some of the other examples, Michigan Tech Rail Conference. We started that as just an idea. There's no real place in Michigan to go and get everybody to talk about railroads. So we ended up starting the Michigan Rail Conference together with Tim Hefner and his group at the end. And we think there's been a lot of value out of that conference. Another one is the Summer Youth Program. You're seeing some slides in this slideshow that goes around. Getting back down to the K through 12 students and starting to attract them to our field already at that phase. I just gave a presentation to our freshman class, and I found out that there was 3 students who came here because of rail. And partially that's because they were involved in some youth programs that we did. But as with anything else, we certainly have a lot of ways to go, or one way to go, in understanding how do we better generate the value and how do we better coordinate that value proposition with the industry. How do we work better together and understand each other's goals and each other's needs? How do we make today to work even smoother like an oiled machine? You know, it's been a lot of work, it's been great, but there's always room for improvement on that. And that's going to be the real answer that we need, you know, to continue investing, both for the university to invest in our program and for the industry to be seeing the value in investing in our program. We've done this event 11 times, and I always get stunned on how many folks show up and the variety of people that we get here. So that's great. Now there's other industries that are mimicking us. Now we have all kinds of other team days at Michigan Tech already. Yeah, still idea again. But hey, anyways, we'll come up with something better next time, and so on. Well, anyway, I think for all this value generation, the one core thing that needs to be there is communication. And if we can keep the communication open, whether it's in the tables here in the railroad night, communication between students and industry and faculty and administration, or whether it's a communication between us and the RTAB to understand all these things, every inch of that communication is going to bring us a little bit closer to the goal. And with that, it's time to eat.